Hey guys, Demon Ferret here, and I am working on a new Wolverine rant. I'm not there yet. Things have been very busy here, and I'm approaching finals, so this insanely deserted schedule will continue for the foreseeable future. Um, but I wanted to do this video, which is there's a reason why I'm not putting a lot of stills in this because I don't have the time and I want to put this out as fast as possible. Um, but I felt that this was more important, and this is something that I want to touch on. For those of you who frequent Twitter a lot, you probably already know this has happened. This is also spread through Facebook groups. Um, but for those who have no idea, a furry by the name of Dogbomb, aka Tony Barrett, passed away a few days ago from assisted suicide because he had ALS and essentially wanted to die with dignity while still being able to mostly function. Why I'm bringing this up is twofold. Dog Bomb was an extraordinarily positive influence on this fandom. Even if you weren't aware that he existed, those who did were typically very affected by it. I happened to be one of them. I first found out about him very shortly after I joined the fandom. I believe one of the first stories that I heard about him was from his own Fur Affinity because it's the story of when he encountered a lost child and he comforted the kid until they found his father, and the entire thing's just heartbreaking. Um, but he's a very positive influence on the fandom. I mean, after he passed, people started donating to ALS in droves. And by the way, the link to donate to ALS research will be in this video, in the description. It is there. If you can, please help. Um, just throwing that out there. But the other reason why I want to address this is that people are focusing a bit too much, in my opinion, on his death rather than his life. And yes, I understand suicide is a hot topic, and trust me, I'm not going to get into the logistics of whether or not assisted suicide is justified or not. I mean, just just for clarity's sake, I personally believe that in his particular situation, I understand his choice. I get it. I know why he did it. And in no way in hell would I oppose that choice. But I can understand, as someone who has been suicidal in the past, and I can understand that people who have also been suicidal or who might be suicidal, that this might come off as odd that everyone is so supportive of this decision when in most other situations suicide is condemned. I get it. I get why it's confusing. I get why it can be stressful. I get why it can cause confusing emotions and make people angry, and I understand. But in this one instance, just once, I believe that this is a circumstance where we need to let all of that go. As much as people might be affected by these debates and that pain and what individuals might be going through and their personal struggles and that confusion, we shouldn't be remembering Dog Bomb in death. We should be remembering this man in life. That's what he wanted. And from what I can understand, that's why he did this. Because he didn't want his life to be remembered with him deteriorating into a husk. He wanted to be remembered as the man he was. So, I believe that the best thing for us to do, not just as a fandom, but as individual people, the best thing for us to do is to remember him in the way he has asked us to, with no sadness, with no regret, with no remorse, just pure happiness and joy that he existed in the first place. The man was amazing. There's no other word for it. I could never. I have no words. I honestly have no words. The man was amazing. Seriously, just go to his For Affinity. I'll link that below too. Go to his For Affinity. Look up some of the stories that he's posted about the situations he's been in. He did an ALS walk shortly before all this went down, and the contributions from him and his team were the second highest of everyone. One man did all of this. And as far as I can see, right now, one man is, for the most part, uniting this dumpster fire of a fandom. And that is amazing. That is not something to sniff at. So if you take anything away from this, please let it be, remember him in the most positive light possible. If you don't know about him, go look him up. And then once you do, remember him for the man that he was. And take that energy that he tried to put into the world and put that into the world in his stead. Because he's not here to do it anymore. But we're here. We can do it. And I feel that we should. Because what he did is not something exclusive to him. It's something all of us should be doing. Just point blank. We should be doing what we can to make this world a better, kinder place. That I've said my piece. That's all I want to say. Just please don't make his death a whatever you want to call it, an issue of debate. I don't know if you'd consider it it's not really a political issue, but you get my drift. Don't make it into that. Don't make it into that kind of thing. Just don't focus on it at all. Is kind of my take on it. Don't focus on the fact that he died at all. Because that's not what's important. What's important is that he lived, that he existed on this earth, and he put something here that is so precious and so important, and something we can continue. And that's so important for us to continue. With that, if I continue talking, I'm gonna break down. So I have other videos planned. I'll eventually get to that Wolverine rant that I wanted to get to. But for now, this'll stand as it is. I love all of you guys. And I'll see you as soon as I can. Bye.